Okay, so I got an email from a client not too long ago, and this email stopped me in my tracks. Now, this email, it wasn't bad, it wasn't crazy. My client didn't do anything wrong, but in this email, my client was asking a question that kind of seems very, very simple, but without realizing it, this question could have cost them everything that they've been building. And I think a lot of you, as business owners, might be one email away from this same situation. So let me tell you what happened. But first, real quick, if we haven't met, my name is Chika, and I'm a CPA of over 16 years. I work with high achieving men and women led businesses. So every week on this channel, we're here talking about money, we talk about business, we talk about being the best version of you. And we do it in a fun way. It's not boring. We keep it real around here. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel and let's get back to the story. My client's email, first of all, super, super casual, quick question type of energy. And a lot of times, those quick question emails, those are the dangerous ones. Pay attention to those, okay? And so the question was related to my client getting a request from a friend. This friend was also a business owner, and this friend wanted my client to run an invoice through his company. And in return, his friend would increase the invoice by 10%, right? To cover processing fees and things like that. And the reason that my client's friend wanted him to do this is because I guess the friend was not able to invoice this contractor on their own. They didn't have the rights, I don't know, it was an international contractor, it was a foreign contractor. So whatever the reasons, that friend was requesting for my client to help them out to do a favor. And so my client ran it by me before saying yes to their friend. And I'm so glad that my client ran it by me. And because we got to talk about some things. So, first of all, you might be thinking, oh, that doesn't sound so bad. Like, it is kind of weird, but they are a friend. And okay, they want me to run this invoice through my company. Okay. And they're going to give me an extra 10% so I can cover whatever processing fees, things like that. Sure, they're my friend. They've been there for me. Sure, why not? You might be thinking, oh my gosh, it's harmless. Let's just do it. It's nothing. Let's do it. Let's keep it pushing. But no, it's not harmless. It is not harmless. First of all, my client runs a corporation. They are a corporation. And as a corporation, there are rules and requirements. And beyond the fact that they're a corporation, they're business. So whether you own a corporation, whether you are an LLC owner, shoot, whether you're a sole proprietor, you are in business. And you need to treat that very, very, very important and as a priority, and to keep that as its own entity, whether or not it's a sole proprietor, LLC, a partnership, a corporation, and you treat your friendship separately. And you don't want to commingle those things the same way you don't want to commingle your personal funds with your business funds. Okay. Your corporation is a separate legal entity. This is not an extension of you. This is not an extension of your friendship. It ain't a favor to the bank. Your corporation, your business is its own identity. Therefore, it's its own liability and it has its own tax obligations. And think of worst case scenario. Let's say my client went ahead, did this invoice. First of all, it was a foreign contractor. So somebody who wasn't even in the US. So they had their own rules. So let's say this invoice that would have said my client's company and my client's company's logo on this invoice, and boom, that foreign contractor gets paid. Who knows if things went wrong? My client would have been held liable. And then the friend, if shit hit the fan, maybe the friend would have bailed out, right? And put all the responsibilities on my client. Now, I don't ever want to like think worst case scenario, especially when it comes to friendships and things like that, which is why we keep friendships separate from business. And let's say you have a friend who wants to be a client of yours. It's going to be very, very important that you treat the client relationship with your friend who becomes a client, treat it the same way as if they were not a friend, right? You have your protocols, you have your contracts, you have your standards, you have your processes. Keep it the same. No friend gets special treatment when it comes to your business because you're trying to create a legacy. You're growing something big, right? And it's so, so, so important. This is your livelihood when you think of it like that. Okay. And imagine what might have seemed like a small favor really, really would have created paper trails. Again, the invoice is out there. Now it has my client's company name on it. Imagine if an explanation was needed down the line. And they came back to my client. My client's like, wait, what? Huh? That was 3 months ago. What? No, no. And then if he really tried to explain the situation, now he's in some shit because it's like, wait, why are you running an invoice money through your business and it's not even your contractor? Like it's not even your situation. This is not your own transaction. So it can get crazy. It can get really, really crazy. Something that seems so innocent, doing a favor can turn into some ridiculousness. And we don't want that. We want to keep the friendship friendly and awesome and keep your business running smoothly. That's all you want to do. That's all you want to do. Okay. You do not want to say yes to a favor and then down the line, it becomes a precedent where it's really, really hard to say no going forward. They want to ask you again and again and again. And it's like, when will the line be drawn? So don't get into that mess. Do not get into it. And seven-figure business owners, they understand this deeply. They know like it's time to protect my business first and the also protect the friendship. They're two different things that are very important. And but you just treat them differently, right? You treat them separately. And no, it's not you being cold to your friend, it's you being smart. And at the end of the day, your friend will see to understand that and respect that, whether it's in that moment or maybe it takes them some time. But however they react, that's not your problem, right? That's not your obligation. Your obligation is to keep your business running smoothly and legally as well. And think about it too, that as a business owner, I mean, my client, they have kids, they have a spouse, so they have a house. Like it's much bigger than a favor, a small favor. It's much bigger than a small favor. So think of big picture. And I want you to know that your business is not your personality. It's not your generosity. It's a legal structure and it deserves to be protected by you, the owner. So if this story felt familiar, I want to hear from you. Go ahead, drop a comment below. Have you ever had a friend ask you to do something? Okay. I want you to drop a comment below. Have you ever had a friend ask you to do something through your business that didn't feel quite right? Let's talk about it. Put it in the comments below. And if you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button and come back every week because we're just getting started. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.